I'm joined by Michael Glassock, who plays for Sydney Olympic in the NPL. Thanks for joining me, Michael.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, good to be here.
How did you first get into football?
Yeah, probably through, I guess, my family. I've had a long sort of history with football. Mum had five brothers that all played, a decent level of football, and her dad founded the Maryland Soccer Club in Parramatta, West Sydney. So basically, football's been all the way through. Dad has three brothers as well, and they all played football. So I guess football, I sort of just came to me, and also having an older brother and playing with him in the backyard and everything like that. So football has just been, I guess, in my DNA.
You were with the Central Coast Mariners you set up for a long time. What was the step up from local football to a more professional setting like?
Yeah, look, I sort of was in the local grades till I was about 10 years old, and then sort of got selected into the Central Coast academy teams when I was 11. So I guess obviously when you're playing with the best players in the local region, there's always going to be a step up, and then progressing each and every year. And, the talent pool gets, harder and harder, and there's a lot more quality players coming through from different parts. And look, obviously the talent's good, but that I think that makes you better and strive to be better, playing against, better opposition and players that are of, similar quality and better quality.
What was the most important thing you learned during your time at the Mariners?
I think, I had a lot of coaches throughout the system, and I think probably every day turning up to training, giving you 100% effort and your all. And I think being a local lad coming through that system, I guess it was just turning up to training, giving you 100% each and every day. And, you never know who's watching, and you're in an environment where everyone's sort of striving for that same goal and motive. And, I played under a fair few coaches during my time in the youth team system. So each coach has different strengths and things that they want to see in a different player. And I learned a lot there, and I think it was just more the professionalism of day in, day out, performing consistently well, and being the best you can be each day. So I'd probably say that.
So in 2019, you left the Mariners to sign for Hong Kong Premier League side Pegasus. How did that move come about?
Yeah, so that move sort of came about through a guy that had a bit of affiliation with Hong Kong and Australian football, and he'd been watching me, develop through the Mariners academy system for quite a while. And, he asked me, I think around in January, whether I was interested in exploring an opportunity in Southeast Asia. At the time, I was sort of still hungry to become a Mariners player and be part of that setup. And, I think I got on the bench in one game in the A-League, and I was sort of just really wanting to be a part of that system. But I think it came clear to me that I needed an opportunity somewhere, and I think the best opportunity was for me to get good exposure in a different country and get away from the spotlight for a little bit, and get consistent game time. And lucky enough, I was able to get an opportunity in Hong Kong and to go there. It was really good enough, official for me and my football.
Did you know much about Hong Kong before moving over there?
Yeah, not a lot, to be honest. It was very different, a different sort of setup. But I think speaking to a few people and getting to know a few people that had played over there and had been over there for quite a while, that gave me a little bit of a foundation to what it was going to be like, and how the lifestyle and everything comes into it. So yeah, it was a bit different at the start, but got used to it quite quickly.
You just mentioned the lifestyle. Was there anything that was a bit of a culture shock to you moving over there?
Yeah, look, I think when I went over there, Hong Kong was experiencing some sort of protests, political protests and government protests. So when I went over there, it was very different. Like, sort of had to be careful where you had to go, and sort of a bit like not a total lockdown like we've sort of had in the last year, but being careful in the areas you go and sort of not getting caught up into that. But in terms of the culture, Hong Kong's got a really strong culture of hard work, and you work really hard for everything that you want to achieve, which I think is a really good thing for any person wanting to do something and make something of themselves, to go out there and be in an environment where you've got to earn your money. You know what I mean? You've got to work hard and perform well each and every day, because if you don't, then they can just go and get the next cab off the rank and someone else. So yeah, it was a good learning experience.
And about the football culture, would you say there's a big difference in the football culture in Asia compared to Australia?
Yeah, in Hong Kong, they've got sort of different, issues in terms of their football development. They've got some outstanding technical players. Just physically, they're probably they've worked on that a lot in recent years. They've got I think they've got a really good football culture, and they've got a proud history. They could be, I think, an emerging, powerhouse in the next sort of 10 to 20 years in Southeast Asia, I believe, if they get the right things going for them. But yeah, I think it was, in terms of football culture, I think they have a tough and strong training regime that they want to each and every day. So I think the training was really different over there. Like, you're training 2.5-hour days, and that's out in the sun, and that could be followed by a gym session or something else. Whereas in Australia, there's a lot more of tapering and different things like that. So, and sports scientists involved that try and reduce workloads during the week so you can achieve consistent performances on the weekend. So it was just a different way of looking at things. Both can be right or wrong, but I think it was, for me, I think it was really good being a youngster going over there and having to work hard each and every day and develop different skills and attributes, because I think I went over there probably as a big sort of kid, quite physically good. But I think I improved a lot in terms of my technical ability, and being surrounded by a lot of foreigners over there that had such good experience and had played at great quality levels. So I think it was a good experience for me personally.
You were a regular in the starting 11 for Pegasus before COVID cut your time there short. Was staying in Asia long-term a goal for you, or would you have come back either way?
Nah, definitely it was a goal for me to stay over there, for sure. I would have loved to been there for a couple more years, and I had the opportunity to stay for another 2 years. But obviously with the COVID outbreak and everything like that, it sort of things sort of changed a little bit in terms of my football, which was a bit disappointing in terms of I was enjoying playing each and every week and being a regular member of the Pegasus side. But I still have a great relationship with everyone there. And I think it just became apparent to me that I probably needed to come back, and the unknown of just getting game time and playing was beneficial, because I just didn't know what was going to happen in the long run, especially in an Asian country, in a foreign country that, away from my friends and family. So I think long term, maybe it was a good thing for me to come back. In hindsight now, just looking at it all and getting some game time.
Is moving back to Asia something you were wanting to do again in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I have not just Asia, but just ambitions to play at a good level, not just in Asia, but in European countries and different things like that. So I have strong ambitions to go back over there and sort of, I wouldn't say unfinished business, but things to still achieve over there and things to I guess improve on, and I took great learning out of my experience over in Hong Kong that I think that I'll be better off and better for in the long run wherever I go.
So as we mentioned, you're back in Australia now. You're with Sydney Olympic in the NPL. How are you liking it there so far?
Yeah, Sydney Olympic, obviously that move came about a little bit later when sort of things were becoming difficult to get it back over there into Hong Kong. I have a great relationship prior to going over with Sydney Olympic with John Bullis, the CEO of Olympic, and Ante Juric gave me a call and was just saying if I was interested to get back playing and get some game time. And I think Sydney Olympic was a really good step for me in terms of my career, and I think that it's one of the proudest clubs in sort of, especially in the NSL era, but also now in the New South Wales Premier League. And I sort of knew a few boys there that had gone there, and these aren't just these are top young players that for whatever reason haven't been given probably the opportunities that they would have liked in a higher level or in the A League. So I knew I was going to come into a strong squad with plenty of competition for places, and an atmosphere that's you got to play well each and every week, and I guess the pressures to perform because of the proud and the strong club Sydney Olympic is. So I've absolutely loved it thus far, and hopefully it can continue to develop.
So you had a huge part in getting Sydney Olympic to the FFA Cup round of 32. How important, in your opinion, to Australian football is a cup like the FFA Cup?
Yeah, I think the FFA Cup is so very important in terms of a club like Olympic stature. Like it's got great backing and great supporters that are still involved in the club. So I think the FFA Cup, it's important for these, especially these NSL clubs, but also lesser known clubs in Australian football to have an opportunity to play against the bigger boys and the boys that are in higher levels. So Sydney Olympic, we have ambitions not just to make the 32, but we have ambitions to go and win the thing. So we're not content with just making the 32. We want to be a team that can go all the way and try and achieve something. But we're just taking it one step at a time. I think that's what you have in a knockout competition in the cup. Anything's possible. So for a club like Olympic, massive the FFA Cup, because it puts us back in the frame and in that mind that if there's going to be a second division or something in the future, that Olympics a club that should definitely be there.
You've had a pretty good 2021 season so far. What are your plans for the rest of 2021 personally?
Yeah, it's for me, I think it's just continuing to develop under, I guess, Ante Juric and the coaching staff, and being still a member of the squad and being a consistent performer in the squad. It's been good for me because I've started every cup and league game. So I think that's, again, just playing minutes and getting regular minutes, I guess, puts you in the frame and the minds of people that, that really want to watch NPL young players develop, especially in A-League clubs. So I just want to continue to develop, take it one game at a time, help contribute to the team's success, and never know what could happen. Hopefully, an A-League club can come in and sweep in, or going back to Southeast Asia, or helping Olympic win trophies. So and being a part of a great club like Olympics. So I have ambitions to play at a higher level, and I just want to continue to develop and get better.
Well, thanks so much for joining me today, Michael. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, loved it. Great meeting you and talking to you.